So I just finished The War of Art. And let me tell you right now, this book is no joke. There's two concepts that I'm really going to break down for you in this video. One is this idea of why we keep sabotaging ourselves, and he calls it the resistance. And two, the mindset of turning pro. And if you're someone that's in sales, or you just in general have an area of your life that you've not taken as seriously as you should have been, I promise you there's going to be some gems. I'm going to break down all the lessons that I've learned. Also, if this is your first time to my channel, my name is Marvin. For the last 9 years, I've used sales development to advance my sales performance and just improve the way that I show up day to day. One thing that's taught in this book that really stuck with me is that resistance isn't random. It shows up exactly when you try to do something meaningful in your life. Like every time when you really want to level up, take your career seriously, start training, start creating. And for me, that's just a really helpful concept because it means you're not just lazy, you're not just undisciplined or not capable. You almost give this energy called resistance, like a personality. This is the enemy and this is what you need to be. And I think recognizing it in that way just really helps, because if you don't do this, if you don't make it an enemy outside of yourself, that logical voice in your head that's telling you to delay till next Monday or push it back by a couple of hours because X, Y, and Z happened will forever win. The other thing that stands out is that resistance is actually your compass to what should matter to you. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't keep rationalizing yourself out of it. You wouldn't overthink it and you wouldn't keep delaying. And this has completely flipped how I see procrastination now, because instead of me thinking, oh, why do I keep delaying this? It's almost like the adventure sits on the other side of what you fear. Like that's basically what it is. There's some sort of fear, some sort of rationale that's putting you off, and that's what you need to lean into because that's where your adventure is. And today's world is literally built to be a playground for your procrastination. Like think about it. There's constant stimulation, information overload, cheap dopamine and notifications flashing everywhere. And yeah, fair enough. Those aren't the actual things that make you quit your habit, but they make it so much easier to delay it. Like, oh, let me just watch this one more free course on how to learn X, Y, Z, and then I might just have the right system to finally get started on my goal. Or, oh, you know what? Like, he actually kind of talks about this topic, and I've always found that a bit interesting. So let me just spend a few weeks learning that, and then I'll see if it's relevant for what my actual goal is. And, oh, you know what? Actually, this Netflix series here looks pretty damn good, and obviously I can't miss it, and so I'm just gonna watch that before I actually get started on my goals and get serious. So you see the slippery slope. It feels productive, but it's really not. It's just mental masturbation over and over and over again, keeping you further and further away from actually getting started and building the momentum that you need to make. And on top of that, you've got motivation the complete wrong way around. I used to think, right, well, you know, some sort of spark needs to come for me to get motivated. And based on that, I'll take some action, and then the action will obviously lead to all this crazy inspiration for what I can do in the world. And I'm not teaching you anything new here, but we know that your emotions are not reliable and not consistent. The only thing that you can actually control is your actions and your input, your work ethic. So take the action, watch it build momentum and motivation, and with that you'll be inspired to do whatever you want to do or whatever you want to get consistent in, whatever you want to build in this world. Trust me, I'm literally in the midst of this right now. So to round off this section, bro, I really want you to view resistance as your enemy. Like genuinely, I see it as this opposing energy to all the amazing creative things that you could do in this world. And this is what's stopping you. This is this procrastination, this constant delay, this block against the mark that you want to make with this one life that you have. Not to get like over dramatic here, but genuinely, like today's world is not going to get any less distracting. And so this book really gives you this idea of prepare yourself, because this will never stop. And if you're serious, you're going to be at war against resistance almost for the rest of your life. Like every single day, like if let's say you train, like, or let's say you're in sales, you know, every single day you're going to wake up and it's like, right, got to close those deals again. Right, gotta go train again, gotta go lift them weights again, gotta go do X, Y, Z again. It's never ending, bro. So the quicker you learn that this is where you're gonna have to live, and you're comfortable with having this enemy, and that it's very much in your control to beat it, the better. The sooner the better. Now in this next section, amateur versus pro is by far one of my favorite concepts that I've learned recently. So myself, and I think most of the world, see an amateur as someone that just doesn't have the skill yet, and the pro is someone who, well, is a pro, speaks for itself. But this book really changes that concept and actually says that the pro is someone who's fully dedicated to this arena, this game, this craftsmanship. Like he's all in. Whereas the amateur is just someone who's still dibbling and dabbling and treating this as more of like a hobby. This is just something that's sort of taken, plays a role in his life, but it's nothing serious. And this is basically how we treat our hobbies or the things that we really want to do in our life. Like, oh yeah, I've got an interest in it, so let me see if it really works out. And fair enough, turning pro can feel very intense and can feel like, right, I've got to make this do or die decision. But what again he highlights is that we actually already do this. It's pretty much how we treat our jobs. Like, really think about it. How often do you call in sick to your 9 to 5? How often do you move things around in your own schedule for the sake of your job? How often do you go into work whether you feel like it or not? And how often, whether you realize it or not, do you actually take your job quite seriously? Like, because of how long you spent in it, you watch it develop. Those are all the traits of what a pro would do. So just flip it. Like, stop treating the things that you really want to do like an amateur and make the switch to turn pro. Like, this is your thing now. This is what you're doing. You're all in. And an amazing mindset to have throughout all of this, especially again, this ties so nicely into sales, is you have the right to the labor, but not to the fruits of your labor. Absolutely. You can, every day, you have the right to put in a certain amount of work ethic, to grind at the thing that you really want to build, and just dedicate yourself to it. So in the words of Emoji, it would be, work so hard that it seems unreasonable for you to not get lucky. As a man of God, I like to add the spin that Dave gives, which is, don't demand it, but if God can grant it to you, manifest, receive it, all of that stuff. So again, just to round this whole thing off, bro, I keep holding this up, honestly, it's such a sick book. The whole idea is just, 2 ideas is just understand that your enemy just isn't going away. So you almost get a sense of comfort of that. Like, this is the game. Like, this is the enemy that you have to keep beating. This is this back and forth dance that you keep going to do, that you keep going to have with this energy that wants to do the action, and this energy that really is going to do everything it can to stop you. And what will help you beat that energy is this mindset of being the professional. Like, no, this is what I do. Absolutely, there's going to be forces that try and stop me, but I am all in and I will just not stop. So the question I'll leave you with is, are you dabbling or have you decided? That's all I had for you today, bro. As always, I hope it helps. God bless.